Krishna Krishna. Wherever you went in Vraja, everywhere, everyone would call out, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Everybody wanted Krishna to look at them. Everybody wanted to do something for Krishna. And Krishna, especially when he used to go out with the cows and he used to be playing with the Gopa boys, everyone wanted Krishna's attention. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. One day, while they were all in the fields, you remember, Kamsa had told this mighty, mighty demon, Keshi, and Kamsa had told him that you are my best friend, now you have to do this for me. You have to. Now, this Krishna who is going to kill me, you have to go and kill him. Keshi says, he may have killed all your other friends, all your other Rakshasas. But I am mighty. I will take a form of a horse. And while the Gopas and Krishna were taking the cows into the fields, suddenly there were clouds. And when they looked up, there was this huge creature who had a head of a horse, and his hair, manes, they were moving, and as though they were moving the clouds. Everybody was looking and getting frightened by seeing this huge creature, and he was making a horse sound loudly from the sky. How do horses make noise? Let me hear it. How do horses make noise? And he was shouting and he was coming. But even though the Gopas saw such a mighty figure coming, they were not afraid, because whenever something like this would come, any terror would come, they knew there is nothing to fear when Krishna is near. They just ran to Krishna. When this Keshi came charging, and his mouth huge like a cave, with his teeth ready to bite, Krishna went close to Keshi, and he himself became big, and he put his left arm into the mouth of Keshi. Keshi wanted to bite off Krishna's arms, but Krishna's arms became bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and Keshi was first going, he started making noises, such noises he started making, because he was getting choked. And Krishna, with his strong arms, in the mouth of Keshi, took Keshi with his huge body and threw him far away. And Keshi fell down there, and his life ended. Keshi, whom even the Devtas in the heaven used to tremble about, everywhere the news spread that Krishna killed Keshi. Krishna is mighty. Krishna was victorious. Narad Muni came there. Narad Muni had told Kamsa about Krishna, but he comes to Krishna and tells, Krishna, you are the Supreme Lord himself. You have killed all these Rakshasas. No proof is required of your divinity, of your godliness. And he told him what is the plan of Kamsa and told him, now Bhagwan, go to Mathura and end the sorrows of the people because of this evil Kamsa and evil Kamsa's rule. Krishna smiled. Narad Muni, having bowed down to Krishna, leaves from there. Now, Kamsa had sent Krishna's uncle, Akrura. Akrura itself means one who is not crooked. Knowing that Akrura was respected by Nanda Baba and all the people of Vraja, as well as people from Mathura, nobody would suspect him, had told Akrura to go and bring Krishna and Balaram along with Nanda Baba and others, so that when they come to Mathura, he would ask his people to kill them all. But Akrura, who was devoted to Krishna, to Lord Vishnu, he knew that Krishna was not an ordinary boy. By now his fame, his name had spread everywhere. Kamsa was constantly afraid. All of Mathura was waiting for their Prince Krishna to come and save them. Akrura on the way was thinking that I am going to do the work of this evil Kamsa. But how blessed am I that I will be able to see with my own eyes, to go and bow down and greet both Krishna and Balaram, those who are the supreme divinity. I will go and bow down to them. He kept on thinking about them, how he will present them, how they will meet with him as their uncle. So he was so thrilled, and all the time in his mind, imagining there was horripilation, his hair was standing at end. Now and then he would just stop and just imagine, how would it be when I see Krishna? Do you ever think like that? That if Krishna was in front of you, how would you go and meet him? How would you greet him? Would you bow down? Would you go and hug him? Or would you just keep looking at him? He just kept on imagining. And when he came to Vraja, there Krishna and Balaram, who knew everything, knew that Akrura is coming. Krishna and Balaram greeted Akrura, but Akrura came and first thing he did was bow down to Krishna. Even though he was an uncle, he knew who Krishna was. He came and bowed down to Krishna. Krishna knew that Akrura knows. He greeted Akrura with love. Even though Akrura had come to take Krishna to Mathura for Kamsa's evil actions, but when Akrura bowed down, Krishna greeted him. He went to bow down to Balaram, but Balaram picked him up, embraced him, and said, "Uncle, how are you?" Krishna inquired, "How are people in Mathura under this evil uncle of mine, Kamsa?" Akrura told him that Kamsa has asked me to bring you there. I know his intentions are wicked, but it is time now you come to Mathura and save the people of Mathura. Balaram made Akrura sit, treated him as a respected guest, gave him water to wash his hands, wash his feet, gargle his mouth, gave him water to drink, respected him in the form of worshipping him. Akrura being greeted by these two boys, his nephews, with so much love, then told them that your father Vasudev and your mother Devaki have been in prison for long. And it's time now that you come and free them. Krishna went to Nand Baba and told about Akrura. Nand Baba came there and Akrura told them about the huge boar sacrifice, and the city of Mathura would be decorated and beautiful. And it's time that these two, Balaram and Krishna, come to Mathura. That way they will see Mathura also, and they can remove the sorrow of Vasudeva and Devaki. Nanda Baba by now knew that Krishna was the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. But the news spread all over Vraja. You can understand Mother Yashoda's feeling that if Krishna has to go to Mathura and face Kamsa, what will Kamsa do to Krishna? And why is Krishna being taken away from me? Krishna consoled Yashoda Maya that, Maya, I will always be known as your son first. She says, I don't believe in this. I don't believe that Devaki is your mother. You've been my child. And Krishna says, Yashoda Maya, I will always be called as Yashoda's son. I will always be yours. The gopis found out that Akrura has come to take Krishna to Mathura. These gopis who loved Krishna, some as their child, some as their beloved, some as their friend, all of them, they knew that if Krishna goes now, will he come back? Will Krishna come back to us? This Akrura, whose name is one who's not crooked, why is he doing something so crooked? By taking our Krishna away from us. How will we be able to live without seeing Krishna? Oh, hard-hearted Akrura, don't take our Krishna away. We know our Krishna is very detached. He will go to do his duties. Please don't take away our Krishna. How will we, who every day used to wait whole day to see Krishna come back with the cows, with the dust of the cows' hoofs shining over his dark body like golden specks in the sunset light, in the evening light. How beautiful our Krishna used to look, and whole day, and without seeing Krishna, how will we be able to live our life? We have not even spent one day without seeing Krishna. No longer we would be able to go and dance with him. They were crying. They did not want Krishna to go. But Krishna had to go. He consoled everybody, said, I have to go. Meanwhile, Nanda Baba, since he was going to Mathura to meet the king, told everybody, gather curds, gather butter, gather milk, and get all the nice things, and we will take it to Mathura, so that Kamsa knows we come in a friendly manner. In his heart, that Kamsa would not do anything to Krishna and to Balaram. And they all gathered in carts all their riches and were taking it to Mathura. But Krishna sat on the chariot of Akrura along with Balaram. And Akrura wanted to worship in the river Yamuna, so went away while all the others went towards Mathura. And Akrura went to the river Yamuna to do his evening prayers. Meanwhile, the gopis were crying on the way. Some of them came running far behind the chariot. Others just lay themselves in front of the chariot. Don't take away our Krishna. But Krishna sent them the message that I will meet you again. The gopis, with tears in their eyes, could not stop Krishna. Akrura took the chariot far away, and where there was a nice place in the river Yamuna, Akrura went there, and the boys went and freshened themselves. And he told the boys, you all sit on the chariot. And while Krishna and Balaram sat on the chariot, Akrura went to the river to offer his worship. And when he went into the river, inside the river, even though all the time he was worried, how will Krishna, even though he knew the greatness of Krishna, how will Krishna encounter this Kamsa? Balaram smiled at Krishna and said, it's time for Akrura, who has worshipped you all his life, to know who you are. And Akrura, when he went into the water, suddenly he sees in the water Balaram and Krishna. He says, but I left them in the chariot. How come Balaram and Krishna is underwater? And they were smiling away, radiant. Krishna, like a dark jewel, like an emerald, was shining. And while Balaram was shining like a silver jewel, a white jewel, like a diamond. They both were shining so beautifully, with such beautiful light. He was surprised. He came out of the water and he saw Krishna and Balaram were sitting on the chariot. He went again into the water and there he says Balaram and Krishna. Again he comes out, he sees Balaram and Krishna in the chariot. And now when he went down, what did he see? He saw Krishna in the form of Lord Vishnu, with all his 4 hands, with the conch, the discus, the gada, the club, and the lotus, and being worshipped by all great sages, Mother Lakshmi, and dressed in yellow like Krishna used to dress, in golden yellow clothes. And he saw Sheshnag also, dressed in blue, and recognized that this must be Sheshnag who has become Balaram. He knew that. He worshipped the Lord underwater, and then when he came out, he saw Krishna and Balaram. And he knew that Krishna and Balaram are not ordinary children. Now with confidence, told by Krishna, let's go quickly to Mathura. When they came outside Mathura, there in the garden where all the people from other villages and cities had camped, so also Nanda Baba with all the Gopas of Braja was camped there. Krishna came there. Akrura told him and all the Gopas of Vraja that y'all can come to my house. But Krishna said, you go now, I will come later. And after I have done my work with Kamsa, I will come to your house, not before that. Because Krishna knew that if he went to the house of Akrura, what Kamsa would have done to Akrura, destroyed his house. So Krishna said, no. Akrura went and told Kamsa that Krishna, Balaram, along with Nanda and all the Gopa men have already arrived and they are outside the city. Kamsa, who wanted him to bring Krishna and Balaram and thought that I am sending an invitation, but meanwhile Keshi, the demon with the horse-like head, proud and arrogant, highly egotistic, would have killed Krishna. That haughty horse would have killed Krishna. But when he found that Krishna had killed Keshi only, Kamsa was trembling there. Kamsa, hurry, this Krishna has come, But Chanur and Mushtika, his two wrestlers and boxers, they said, why are you worried? We have arranged a wrestling arena. And in between also, we have the elephant. All this, don't worry. We will end Krishna. He said, but Krishna killed Keshi. Krishna is very powerful. He's supposed to be the eighth child of Devaki. He's going to kill me. They said, now you don't worry. Don't worry. Then Kamsa said, make sure that even before he comes into the city, he's killed. That night they rested outside. But next day in the morning, Krishna enters Mathura, the kingdom of his grandfather. He enters Mathura. And there, what Krishna does to charm the people of Mathura, to create terror in the heart of Kamsa, Mushtika and Chanur. This son of Vasudev and Devaki is now going to enter Mathura. Let us pray. Vasudeva Sutam Devam. Please repeat after me. Vasudeva Sutam Devam. Vasudeva Sutam Devam. Kamsa Chanura Mardanam. Kamsa Chanura Mardanam. Devaki Paramanandam. Devaki Paramanandam. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna,